Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie, and I have the total opposite of a green thumb. Seriously, I cannot keep a plant alive. So if you are anything like me, then gum paste flowers are perfect for you. Today I'm going to show you how to make an orchid out of gum paste. It takes a little bit of time, but the end result is this beautiful, delicate flower that you don't have to water. So let's do this. We're going to start with a 22 gauge wire. I have some plier cutters right here, and we're just going to take our wire and bend it a little bit, just so it's at an angle like that, you see? All right, so set that off to the side. And I have a 1/4 inch size ball of yellow gum paste right here. We're gonna take this, we're gonna roll it into a cylinder. All right, and I have my knife tool right here. I'm just going to crease it in the middle all the way around. Once you're done with that, take your little wire here. We're gonna stick it in some gum glue and snake it into that center that you just created. This is the stamen that we just created. Perfect, just like that. So now that we're done with that, go ahead and stick it in a foam block, and then let it sit for 8 hours. To make the throat of the flower, roll out your gum paste to a little less than 1/16 of an inch. A good indicator that your gum paste is ready is it becomes a little transparent. You can start to see the lines of purple and pink through there. This means we're ready to cut. So I have my throat cutter right here. I'm just gonna cut out one piece. All right, let's go ahead and move this to our pink foam very gently, and then take your ball tool, and we're gonna use the large end, and we're going to cup the lobes. Now that that's done, transfer it to your purple foam, and we're gonna take our knife tool, and we're gonna cut right down the center here. Now we're going to take the small end of our ball tool and we're going to lengthen, and then we're going to go the opposite way, and it's going to give it a little bit of a natural curl. Once you're done with that, take a little bit of gum glue, brush the center between the two lobes, and we're going to take the stamen that we made 8 hours ago. We're going to gently put it through there. So I'm going to hold it in my hand just very gently. We want to lay it upside down so you can kind of bend the wire, and then you can put it back in your foam upside down, and we're going to let that sit for 8 hours. Next, for the sepal of your flower, roll out your gum paste to less than 1/16 of an inch. Take your sepal cutter and cut out the sepal. Once it's cut out, transfer it to your impression mat. Take the purple foam and just very gently press it so we get that impression on there. You want to be sure that you use your hands and nothing else, because you want to be very gentle with it. All right, and we're going to peel that off and then put it on your purple mat. Take your ball tool and gently soften the edges. When you thin the edges, it helps make your flower look more lifelike. And don't worry if it's not perfect, because any imperfection will give the flower a more natural look. So once that's done, I have a flower former cup right here that I dusted with cornstarch. And I'm just going to place that in there and make sure the center lines up. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this off to the side, and I'm gonna make my 2 petals. So the method for the petals are very similar to what we did for the steeple. Roll out your gum paste to a little less than 1/16 of an inch. Cut out 2 petals with the petal cutter. Put 1 petal in your storage board. Take the other petal and put it on your impression mat. Again, just like with the sepal, we're gonna take the purple foam, and we're gonna press it with our hand, just enough to get that impression on that petal. And again, just like with the sepal, thin out the edges with the ball tool. Once you've thinned out the edges, put a little bit of gum glue on the tab right here, and put a little bit of gum glue in the center of your steeple. We're gonna place that on the side of the steeple. All right, perfect. Repeat those steps with the other petal and put it on the opposite side of that petal. Once you've placed your second petal, take a 22 gauge wire and pull it through the center of the flower. You want to make sure you do this before it sets. Once you're done with that, let your flower set for another 8 hours. The great thing about this flower is that orchids come in all sorts of colors, so you can really have fun with it. I'm going to keep mine white because I think it makes it really elegant, so it's perfect for a wedding cake or baby shower, but I do want to throw in a little pop of color. So I'm going to brush the center with pink pearl dust. To finish off our flower, you will need a 1/4 inch ball of gum paste and then another ball about half that size. Take your petals and very gently remove them from the cup. Now this is a very delicate flower, so I really suggest making multiples if you're making this for a cake. Okay, so we're gonna put that right there, and then take a little bit of gum glue, and we're gonna brush the center. And we're gonna put the smaller ball of gum paste on top of that, and then brush the top of that again. And then we're gonna thread through the center of the flower. So that little ball of gum paste, that just helps the center from not moving around when you place it. Just gonna thread it through. And then flip your flower over, and we're gonna brush the bottom. And then we're gonna take that 1/4 inch ball and we're gonna push it through the wire. Once you're done with that, let it sit for 8 hours and then you're done. I know this may seem like a really detailed flower, but if you plan your time ahead and take it step by step, it's really not that hard, and the end result is this beautiful flower. If there's any other flowers you'd like to see us make, please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel to access all of our videos. I'm Stephanie from Wilton. As always, thanks for watching.